literally doubled the number of entrants in the last 30 minutes.
Oh, starting soon.
Oh. Wow, nice. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to GTR number 8. We'll be your commentators for today. I'm Phenotype, and I'm joined by the legendary S2.
Hey everyone, that's me. What's up?
Once again, this is another Advent League ranking event here, and so all the folks in this bracket will be getting at least one ranking point, with top 8 getting a little bit more on the top. And yeah, really excited to see how things turn out. We got a few new faces today, as well as people. Shoutouts to our European players and viewers. I know they're up late right now.
Oh yeah, I see Hiku. That's gotta be like 2 a.m. or something. Wow, okay, thank you.
Absolute mad lad. But we love to see it. We love to see the dedication, and hopefully we'll get some more events in the future that are more European friendly. So, who's up on stream first? It's not decided yet. But yeah, folks in the chat, can we get a Let's Go Billy? AKA Rinto, AKA Rune, AKA Hanyu.
So this is like the first GTR I'm commentating, so I'm just catching up on understanding all the rules and stuff. First to 5, cool. I'm really excited.
For sure. It's in a few of these names I saw at the EPPC monthly, and I haven't seen them at GTR before, so it's nice that we're getting that crossover.
Yeah, no problem. Also, I think that event also had the scenario where like a bunch of people joined in at the last second. It was like, oh, okay. I went from like 14 to like 22 or something. It's like, yeah, I think we were a little underprepared for like how much help we needed to like run that.
But you know, props to a great event. It was a lot of fun. Despite me being on the West Coast, getting up a lot earlier than I ever would like to. But it looks like we've got our first match lined up. It's gonna be Shiro versus Zyflair.
I feel like the Puyo life has really messed up my sleeping schedule, because I still wake up at 5 a.m. every day feeling like I need to go practice. But like, I need to like stop. Because sometimes, like, I don't know, it shows me as active on like my work notifications or something, and everyone's just like, what are you doing? And then I have to explain that I'm waking up to play video games or something, and they just think I'm weird.
You should just tell them you've moved to Japan.
I should. I mean, remote work.
Yeah.
Believable.
I mean, as long as your pay gets adjusted for wherever you're living, you could go anywhere. And hopefully it only goes up. I know a lot of people that took pay cuts because they moved somewhere cheaper. But
yeah, I've heard that happen to some people I know too. It's weird how it works, and companies make weird decisions. But yeah.
In the end, it's whatever makes you happy and is healthier for you. So can't really put a price on health.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds like round 1 is getting underway across the board, and so
Okay, wait, I need to prepare. I gotta put in some eye drops. I got LASIK the other week, so I can
oh man,
finally see now in like peripheral vision. I can see the
nice.
chains going off on the other board better.
I need to get new glasses soon. It's been like 3 years since my last optometrist appointment due to
Ooh,
some
that's wild.
insurance shenanigans, but I have insurance now. It's fantastic. Highly recommend.
How bad is your vision? Like the number, like power numbers.
It's not too bad. It's like 275 even.
Oh, I think I was about the same too.
Nice. But yeah, we've got Shiro versus Zyflair getting into the match now. It's good to see Shiro competing again. I know he had a little incident with his Discord and identity stuff getting hacked a little bit, so
Yeah, good to see he's okay.
yeah. And so we're seeing some business as usual. We got Sandwich for Shiro versus Zai's Sullen GTR.
I feel like
There's
Shiro did a build order that was very fast, so I really like that.
it was
Not a lot
very
of splitting.
fast. Yeah. 3 Chain's gonna force out the main for Shiro. Not much time to extend there. Zai's forced to set off main as well.
Yeah, a lot of this tail didn't get used, so
This is the right outcome.
gotta attack with a backup player too.
Still early though, so it's anyone's game.
Oh great, all clear start.
Let's go, all clears.
Oh yikes, don't know how you can
Kinda-
survive this. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
gonna...
kind of tough to dig out of here. And this is even using the full board. Zyflair doesn't have enough resources to counter
This is the right
the all clear bonus.
Yeah, I feel like in those situations you just need to desperately just throw out a 2-chain and hope you can buy yourself some time.
Mm-hmm.
Because like once they like at least do like a 3 or a 4, like you can't counter that without a 5, and usually
Right.
just don't have the space for it.
Well, we'll see. Zai's still primed to attack, but he's really extending the head here a lot. And so
How's that?
Oh
he's
no,
connecting
trap.
in now, but not
There's a lot of
enough time.
hesitation there on like
Yeah.
deciding what to do.
This is the right outcome.
I feel like if Zyflair was able to
Let's do this.
make smaller attacks to begin with, it was looking a little brittle there for a while, and in the end, that's what got him killed.
Yeah, I think maybe it's a little too early to be making large commitments with how big your harassments are. So, like this is very large.
How's that?
Yeah, and
Tetrahedron.
speaking from personal experience,
Adamantine
sometimes that just catches people off guard.
Rectangle.
But
Yeah.
dealing with Shiro, you're not gonna get away with that. But we're already
This is
up
the
on
right
set
outcome.
point here. We'll see if Zyflair can prevent the sweepies, because that's what we live for. We've already seen that the all-in doesn't really work. But a little bit of cleanup for Zyflair. and covers up the purples there in column 4. That might have made a nice 2-chain. But that's gonna be a main chain from Shiro.
Yeah, she was just singing it off because I guess he's getting the feeling that Zai just made it really hard to like try and harass Mimi or something, but also
Yeah, and
not also getting a lot of main chain either.
yeah, definitely you can see Shiro's just outclassing Zai in the main chain department. At a certain point, you just gotta say, well, there's just no way they can catch up. But good games to both players. Shiro taking it 5-0. Checking back into the bracket here. Got another 5-0 KZN over Ferret. And we're gonna be waiting a little while, it looks like, for the rest of round 1 and 2 to finish up. So S2, out of these names, which are like the interesting matchups, do you think?
Let's see. Rinto, actually, I'm just excited to see every match they play because it's so entertaining to see the
Yeah.
harassments go. I want to be that fearless one day when I grow up. Oh, what
You're
else?
getting there soon.
Yeah. And I'm always interested to see the next new thing that DR Dan or Hiku are trying. Although matchup wise, I'm not sure yet. There's a lot of new names to me too, so I don't really know.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's nice to see that some of these newer faces to the competitive scene have been sticking around for so many GTRs. And we're getting some more match results in. Goose's Gate takes it over Mitsu 5-1. Goose's Gate is actually one of those new names that's actually I think they've been coming up. They've been grinding pretty hard. Icy Soapy over Coopery 5-3, Rinto over Red Eagle 5-1. We'll be watching Rinto versus KZN next. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Glad to see this one next.
And of course, Rinto. Bunnies are cool. Rinto, I like bunnies. Puyo. Versus KZN. Ooh, 8 is KZN's lucky number. I can't read the rest of that text, but looks like it's gonna be a good day for KZN.
I don't intend to lose.
Try to keep up.
8 is my lucky number, so my luck is boosted roughly by roughly 39.41% during this tournament.
Wow. Well, we'll see.
Trying to do
We'll
the math in my
see.
head.
We'll see if KZN's able to pull from the Peace Gotcha and get that good RNG.
I love
Already
KZN's
seen-
clean tail, and then also this 2 double. That's great.
Yeah, that's already some pressure, but it's not too bad to dig out for Rinto.
Yeah. Good anticipating the damage and like letting the garbage fall around the chain.
Here we go. Back at you.
Oh, I don't know.
This
I
is
don't
an
know if I
interesting
agree
dig
with this.
This
Yeah.
worked.
KZN's already fixed his GTR, and that tail looks pretty beefy too.
I wonder if those reds will actually connect. I don't know how to read the garbage tailing sometimes. Wow.
Wow. And a rock to seal it off for the first round. That's some quality scrapping right there.
Oh, interesting choice with the reds for Rinto. How do we get that to connect?
Kazian's board is looking really solid right now. Tail's still completely intact and able to respond to a lot of stuff.
Back at ya. Homing attack.
Great response for Rinto though. Kazian's still not out of it yet. Gets that blue in column 13, sends out a nice 3-chain. But 2 triple is gonna send back a line and a half.
Here we go.
Okay, good follow-ups here to just try and finish this.
Homing attack.
Aww.
And that's the round for Rinto.
I feel like they have good awareness of when you need to just go for the finish after you've locked out most of the board. I do see sometimes like other people just like let your opponent live too long and then you dig. That's not that good either.
Well,
So
there's also the nuance of knowing how much to send without overcommitting. Because I've had people dig out from under me just with 1 chains while my main chain was popping.
yeah,
And that
you have
was
to strike the balance between getting enough for like the kill, but then also not giving them enough time to survive it either.
right.
There's a
and
lot of like math to do.
yeah. At the end of the day, though, it really comes down to seat time, how much you've spent playing this game. Like Rinto just finds this 3-chain all clear.
I love this.
Smiling.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Aww.
Give him a little bit of that funny stall. Looking like an occupied bathroom over there with that funny stall.
Does Rinto's form here have a way to convert it to a harassment? I guess this one is a normal chain. I'm always just trying to learn, like, usually you can sometimes tell from the opener whether it's going to be a harassment or not with like a decent probability. That's how I usually try to get a feel for other players. Although sometimes I guess wrong really badly, so...
Here we go. Spin attack.
But I think the thing that I've been noticing playing against some of these players in casuals is they've become faster and faster at converting, as sort of, you know, diffusing the head of their main chain into a harassment. And so even if it looks like a regular chain, it could just turn around in a blink of an eye, really. And that's another all clear, this time from KZN.
Wow.
You know, past 3-chain on the all
Just in the
clears.
tail. Oh wow.
It is
Amazing.
You know, past 3 links on the all clear, it becomes pretty dangerous, but style points for KZN always gonna be worth it.
I was a little worried that Rinto might have like fallen behind because like the way they were building, you had like a lot of splitting going on. But I guess maybe they offset it a little by building all in the middle too, which has less travel time.
And wow, 5-1 for Rinto here. Really, but it was by no means, you know, a big difference. All of those matches were very close. And I guess that extra 39% wasn't quite enough for KZN. But we're excited to see how he'll do in losers. And going back into the brackets here, still waiting on a few matches left over from round 2 to finish. So it looks like round 3 will be a little while. We got Dwayne ZX taking it over Banu 5-1, and we'll go on to face Void. Winner of that will go to round 3 and face Icy Soapy. And Anameru took it over me 5-2. And down in losers, oh, did Ferret? Okay, Ferret is going up against Mitsu and Zyflair versus Banu.
I've been wondering, what forms have you been practicing in Puyo recently?
Recently, for me, I've been doing a little bit of prawn stacking and LLR.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, that's just because I end up in those shapes, or closer to those shapes when I misdrop my GTR.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's one way to learn things. Do what you're
Yeah.
intending to do wrong, so you have to learn how to do everything else too. Okay.
And I guess so. This week I'm trying to practice a little bit for Perfect Clear Online, which is happening on May 6th. And you know, that's going to be a big event, our first premiere event. The winner of that's going to automatically qualify for the Advent League playoffs. But you know, when I'm practicing for that, I've noticed a few weaknesses. Like, okay, I send out a 2-chain, but I get dunked on by my opponent's main chain because I'm just not ready. And so I think for me, it's not so much the forms themselves, but just having my board be more ready to fire off follow-ups or build back up after I've sent it out.
Yeah, slow manager basically, right? I guess there's a lot to it too. I guess like when you try to harass is also important because sometimes you do it like right when they're already ready, so then you just respond immediately. That also cuts down
Right.
time you have to like
Right.
react afterwards. So there's a lot of subtle things that go into it. So yeah, I know the feeling. It's definitely really hard to get past this point. But when you do think it becomes really fun, so yeah.
Yeah.
Going at it.
I can smell the fun mode coming up soon. I'm on the cusp of it, really, I feel. But you know, we all have our good days and we all have our bad days, and as long as you keep practicing and try to be consistent about it, that's what really counts. So we've got our next matchup on deck, DDR Dan versus Anameru.
Bring it on.
No fun in the fact for Anameru, which is fine because having fun is forbidden. Only sweaty gameplay is permitted.
These facts for Dan, is this an hourglass? Is it loading?
It looks like an hourglass.
Maybe Dan's got the sands of time or something. He's about to slow down the match and build a 12 chain.
Oh yeah. But getting into the match, we'll see how many times DDR Dan busts out his signature Hoover Dan form, as we've collectively christened it.
Oh, I needed to see that. Okay.
Yeah, so Dan's form involves basically a very early power chain build, and he's able to make it flexible enough to convert into a longer chain if, you know, the window of opportunity passes.
I wonder if Dan was expecting just only a 5 to cut there. Because if he saw it coming, I think he would have placed that without splitting so he could get the next piece.
Oh, I think we're seeing it here. Dan's already getting that ready.
Is this a harassment? Is this what's gonna happen?
Yep, that purple's
Oh,
gonna send a
yes,
triple.
there's no reds. It's gonna land.
Double here though.
Go! This. Oh wait, but
Still
Anameru-
thinkable.
yeah, that's well,
But another double is gonna clean it up for Dan.
I should have predicted this. Did you enjoy my technique?
And you know that Hoover Dan is incredibly hard to stop if you know you're just not as fast.
yeah. I
And
have
look,
to see, like,
he's
is this happening again?
Yep, he's just rushing.
I can see it. Is it
Only a
happening?
3 versus 2 triple. Dropping a rock is gonna be another double into a 3. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe that hourglass is
Did
just
you enjoy my technique?
like a Pop Team Epic, your life is about to end in 30 seconds type deal. And hey,
Is this gotta be like normal? No, it's happening again.
if it ain't broke, why?
But I like that it could have been like L-shaped. That would be fun.
Yeah,
I've been trying
exactly,
to learn
and-
that form too.
Did you enjoy
And
my
that's
technique?
I guess like the defining feature of this Hoover Dan is it very well could just go into an L shape, and so
Oh wait, I think this is a normal chain this time.
yeah, it's a normal chain this time.
Oh, but I don't know who's trying to go for it. Is this like revenge?
Clear the mob.
Okay, but we got an all clear from Anameru. It's gonna even out the damage, but Dan's a little farther ahead on resources now.
I mean, I feel like it would have been more productive to just eat that and then send something back right away.
I can see it.
Because now Dan's reached the point where he does have some resources to fight with. Oh well,
Mhm.
this also works too. Yeah, I think he expected the reds to be a little bit different.
How dare you?
Yep.
Regret this. I knew.
Anameru inflicting that psychological damage from the all clear takes the round off that, right? And so Dan's going back to the tried and true GTR. Despite the fact that he wasn't losing on the Hoover Dan to begin with.
I can see it. Is it happening?
Oh, just sending it all off.
Yep, main chain here.
Is it happening?
Ooh,
Anameru doesn't have the rest of the chain.
No. No.
I mean, I feel like in Dan's decision that
I should have
would seem less
predicted
risky,
this.
but
Did you
I guess
enjoy
Anameru
my
did have like
technique?
troubles with that purple or something. So
Mhm.
that was a little tough there.
And you know, I personally didn't notice that Dan's chain stopped early, and so maybe Anameru thought she had a little more time. Or, well, she did set it off pretty early, so.
I can see it. Is it
2 double,
happening?
though, versus 2 double into a 3.
No.
Good countering this. That was good.
I can see it.
Anameru's still ready to chain back up, though.
Dan went more on the right side. Okay.
I can see it. Is it happening?
Really good build from Anameru. Not committing at all to main chain here.
Clear the mob.
Gonna have to
Ooh,
clean up the column
a
1 a
red
little
needed to be in
bit.
column 1 though.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
they
but
they
it's
missed.
fixed.
Oh wait. Oh,
It's
that
fixed.
works.
The column 2 fix, alternating the trigger like that, is just gonna squeeze it out 8 chain.
That's amazing.
That's
I totally
gonna
read
be
that wrong.
around. Yeah, you know, watching
Regret this.
videos from like 2017, 2018, that sort of column 1 mess up what used to be catastrophic, but people are figuring out how to build out of those really quick now.
I can see it.
And it's really awesome to see.
Take that.
All clears diffused here.
How does
But
Dan turn
Dan's-
this into a chain next? I feel like I don't really understand how this works. Does he want like another like counter setup or something so the yellows
Yeah.
can be the one popping?
Is it happening?
Now the purples? Okay.
Zodiac.
He's trying to stack up now. He doesn't want to wait for that rock to come in.
Rock punch. Red
Oh wow.
7, 9?
clear the mob.
No, just a 7.
I should have
But really
predicted
impressive
this.
sidechain gonna
Did you
close out the
enjoy
set
my
for
technique?
Dan. But you know, that was really solid counterplay from Anameru. Um, she had some really solid chain building in terms of safety and accessibility that was able to scrap back and forth with Dan on a lot of those rounds. So well played to both players.
I feel like what could swing like the momentum sometimes it's just like Dan being able to get those early wins with like, you know, the what was it called?
The Hoover Dan.
I mean, there is like pressure that comes with like having your opponent be like several like points in the lead with like very quick wins.
Mm-hmm.
And then having to catch up to that, that's hard.
Yeah, especially versus Dan. You know, you're just constantly at risk of being slapped in the face with like a kimchi, you know. And so being able to come back and take a few rounds despite that is really impressive. All right, back to the bracket. We're almost already halfway through this tournament. Wow.
That was going fast.
Yeah. Void
So-
taking. Yep. Go
Oh
ahead.
no, I just had a question. So, Dan's form, how have you seen other players been dealing with it? How successful are they? Who does the best
Well-
against it?
I think it's not been so much a matter of who's been doing the best against it, because I think it's still a work in progress by Dan. Sometimes he locks in too hard on the power tail, and so his main chain length kind of suffers in the end.
Okay.
And so I guess it's a matter of as I see it, how scared is Dan of a retaliation if he goes for the rush? I feel like the biggest weakness for Dan in that form, which is probably why he doesn't lean on it every round, is like how well he can convert to like a long chain. But we're getting into Rinto versus Void here. We talked about how Dan has those power chains early on, but both of these players are also impressive, like two triplers in their own right. And so I'm excited to see if we're gonna get some of that action here too.
A full chain? Interesting.
And Rinto cuts the tail a little bit. And an all clear too. 8 chains not gonna survive. And all clear damage to wrap it up.
Let's play again.
That was a really... Was that like a... I don't know, maybe an uncharacteristic gamble for Void? But just like, maybe Rinto was expecting some sort of fight to happen first. But then for that to just be the actual just full chain. I wouldn't expect that immediately either.
The nice thing about this matchup is that there's a lot of attitude. You listen to the if you stick around long enough in like PuyoTet World, Rising Puyo, you're gonna hear these guys banter, and it's my favorite thing, really.
Here we go.
And so that kind of attitude, it actually does come out in these tournament sets where it's just like, I'm just gonna disrespect you in good fun, of course. Everyone's always
That was a fun race.
super nice, but we like these little playful jabs at each other in chat and in game as well. You
Like
can
in that
always...
last round... Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
Oh no, I was just saying it's always a fun time to watch these guys play, and you know, you can
Yeah.
tell that they're having fun too.
Oh, big C double here, I like this.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
perfect piece came, so yeah.
But there's time to extend for Void here.
Yeah, this could still happen.
Or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for Void. That's gonna send back on this last link. Needs a 7 here to live for Rinto. I don't think he has that. Only able to shave off. Actually, shaves off 2.5 rocks. Needed that last spread there to have any chance of surviving.
Let's play again. Let eternal darkness.
But these are some really nice builds coming out from both players. Really precise on the secondaries as well to send back damage. You know, it's not a one and done, send your chain and the round's over. Makes for some really exciting Puyo. Got a big hole in column 5 for Rinto,
Is that it?
but it cleans it back up.
I feel like this chain on Rinto's side is... I just feel like
It's
it doesn't really have like great piece efficiency.
But it's coming out now.
Yeah, it's coming out now. I'm just wondering if like Void made many mistakes early on trying to like,
That was a fun race.
I don't know, fight the wrong thing. Does that make sense? Because I feel like if they're not chaining efficiently like the other player, then having like focusing on chains on your side could give you an advantage too.
I think
Like, there's some
Rinto
things
also,
you just like shouldn't try to fight. If that makes sense.
Rinto's also still got sort of that chaos factor though.
Yeah,
Both
that's
players
true,
do
too.
actually. And sometimes the garbage just works out. That your less efficient build was actually, you know,
Great dig.
5 head. Yeah, 5 chain dig, entire left side of the board's back online for Rinto.
That was a fun race.
Another all clear start. This is a set indeed. And Rinto's fishing for another so hard. But the
Oh,
opportunity
good
is
timing
coming
on that.
Okay. Almost another all clear for Void. But no... Oh, there is a dig, but only a 3 chain. And also needs to answer to the rest of the damage.
It's always weird to
3-3
see when like that one chain gets timed perfectly.
Yeah.
That was really good by Void.
3-3 all tied up here. And both of them going for slightly more unusual builds.
All clear. Great.
Oh, that's a pretty beefy all clear too. That second link was a lot of greens. Man, if that yellow had connected for Void, and he's gonna set this back off again for a 5, that would have ended the round. But both players pretty even on pieces with a little more garbage on Rinto's side. Void's just getting ready to tank. Sends out a 3 here.
I wonder why though. There's like a large space advantage on Void's side, so I don't think he really needed to try to build this.
The secondary effect for Void, I think, was it lowered the overall field height so that he was more comfortable building on the left side. And all the garbage getting cancelled out here. That's a nice 6 chain for Void. Rinto's not ready, no yellows!
No. Let's play again. Let eternal darkness consume you.
Set point for Void here. Really good battling so far. Looks like Void's building tall this time. Wonder if that's gonna get converted into a power harassment, but no action from either player so far. Oh, I spoke too soon. That was
Nice
a huge
one.
thorn. Yeah.
The speed of that should have left some good time too. extend, but
Really poor colors coming through the queue for Void.
I mean, this might
But-
fail pretty well. Maybe?
Big
go.
triple on the 5. Sends back a rock and a half though. Rinto's ready to respond.
Great counter setup there.
And now Void needs a few more piece clears to get back to the left side of the board. Meanwhile, Rinto's got the attack to follow up and take it to Universe Point. And another all clear. Void's fishing for another
This is
one.
This is another. Oh,
Oh,
nice.
but Billy's got it. Rinto's got another all clear. That's a way to go out.
Wow.
Double AC on the set point to take it over Void. Sending
I
Void
need-
into losers.
I need the skill in life to just summon chaos on demand.
I mean, depending on who you ask, I know at least 3 people who would say that it comes with being a furry. It unlocks your Puyo powers is the word on the street.
I mean, I've heard the same thing from other people too, so I think,
This many people
It's
couldn't be
reality.
wrong.
right?
It is statistically significant now. On the other side of winners, I think next up we're gonna have DDR Dan versus Shiro. Meanwhile, Icy making a run through losers. 5-1 over Meep Sheep. That's been a long time coming. I know Icy wasn't particularly pleased at the previous encounters, but able to pull out seemingly a pretty dominating performance versus Meep this time. Gotta feel pretty good. Is gonna be going against KZN, who took it over Zyflair 5-1. And then the winner of Anameru Kupari is gonna go on to face Hiku, who got knocked down by Shiro in winners 5-2.
What happened in IC and Meep Sheep last time? Was there a
Um,
particular thing that was challenging?
I think it was the connection. The internet connection wasn't so great from what I heard,
Oh,
and Icy was not having a great time.
yeah, I understand that. Okay.
And so we saw this matchup before in a longer set. Shiro versus Dan, I think we saw at Rensa Rivals, which was our kind of like show match tournament. Back then, the Hoover Dan wasn't as developed, but we're seeing another fat triple.
Oh, I see what Dan did here. The one chain inflicts the garbage drop
you
delay,
enjoy
the
my
animation,
technique?
and then you try to get the attack to follow up with.
Oh, that's actually really insightful. I never thought about that, but that definitely would does have like a pretty significant tactical impact.
There's lots of entertaining ways you can inflict, just like, well, just try to slow down the other person with the garbage animations. It happened a lot in the old, I guess like Puyo 20th, the old versions, and like the first version of Puyo Tetris 1, like a swap mode. You could spam one chain to drain the timer. It was really bad because there was a glitch in the soft drop bonus. So
Oh,
every one
man.
chain you popped always sent at least one garbage. So you just have to watch one piece fall down for like a second every single time. It was really bad.
That sounds awful. But Dan getting ready for another rush here was waiting for the commit from Shiro, but now he's forced to chain up here. I don't know how he's gonna make this work.
Yeah,
Gets
I
the
feel
perfect yellow purple though.
Oh,
Still
Good
gonna be a a huge fourth link, only canceling everything out exactly almost.
I feel like the downside to what Dan was trying to do is just that when you're in the scenario where the other player also, it didn't look like Shiro was in great shape either with how the chain was looking. So like, if you had chosen to just build normally instead, you would have also just won that round immediately too. So there's like a trade-off in like what kind of win you're giving up to.
Right. And so once Dan gets more, I guess more experience, more data points in figuring out when he should stop leaning into the power tail, I feel like that's going to increase his success rate on his early aggression by a lot.
I feel like probably the way to go is to like try to find other ways to make it look like a mix-up, like if there were some rounds where he could show that it also got converted to like a longer chain, that means you can't always rely on just like assuming that it's going to be a harassment. But so far it's only been a harassment.
Yeah, and that does take a little bit of warming up in terms of figuring out how to make those builds. 2 double from Dan. He's gonna drop a few lines on Shiro's board. I'm gonna send main to finish it off. That was almost a nice recovery from Shiro. Was really close to getting like a 4 or 5 chain off, but couldn't find the right colored pieces, unfortunately. Oh, that Dan. He's at it again. And Shiro's ready. Shiro's ready to send out that main chain. Gonna be a power 5 though.
Oh, but it did seem like this time Dan was able to extend it pretty well.
Right.
Here we go.
There was a lot of space left in the middle for Dan to work with there, and able to send back a powerful 5 of his own.
Oh, great dig from Shiro though. This is really nice.
Yeah, Shiro cleared everything out, and that's actually going to be the round.
Regret this. Big victory.
I was a little worried for Shiro there because like he definitely lost like the last side that battle, but then came back with the counter, so that was good.
Yeah. Almost identical builds. That's how you know it's optimal.
A lot of the yellows need to start coming for Shiro for this to be safe, so I'm wondering if he wants some attack to happen, like this.
Yeah, that kind of made the decision a lot easier for Shiro, not having to deal with the yellow dependencies to get back to the main chain.
Okay, doesn't seem like Dan can really dig this at this point, so Shiro can just finish it. There we go.
Still a little bit of space though. Dan still has a chance. He needs to get down to the greens, but the pressures from this 3 chain is gonna cover everything back up. And the blue in column 13, unfortunately, takes out Dan that round. 3-3 now. The all-in hasn't really been working out as well as Dan might have hoped. And so here we're seeing that sort of pivot into the longer chain.
I feel like the problem with Dan's... I think Dan is actually going for the... trying to extend this into like a normal chain. But I guess the problem here is like that transition was kind of unsafe, I guess.
Yeah,
like just the general rule of like the 5th column being a lot taller than like the wall, so then it's hard to turn it around.
Right. And I was gonna comment on that. Big hole in column 6 would really slow things down and make it dangerous. But we're at match point now. Dan managed to clutch out that last round, and you know, he's really saying no more games here. We're just gonna play honest. Because, you know, Dan's able to play this game.
Hero's got some attacks coming, I think. Here we go.
Yeah. But 2 double versus 3 chain gonna cancel out. Both players at like even resources, right? Another
Like
two
Shiro's chain is a
down.
little bit. Oh no. Okay, you have to set this
Oh,
off. There's no
yeah.
way that will.
Shiro got painted into a corner a little bit here, but this chain cuts at the 6th link, and it's going to be an easy out chain for Dan. Really unfortunate, but that's going to be the set for Dan here. Unless
Actually,
that wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. Shiro could easily send out another
I
6
feel like
now.
Shiro should have just set that off.
Yeah,
There
those
was a-
extra seconds.
Yeah. But it worked out. Okay.
Yep.
Regret this. Big victory.
Looks like Dan's on the receiving end of the hourglass this time. 4-4 match point for both players. Is Dan gonna bet it all on a rush here? Yes, sir.
Good reaction
Tree
from
chain.
Shiro.
Great reaction. Could be fishing for an all clear, but really solid tail link here for Dan, making good use of pieces. And still has a nice 2 chain. Main chain's online for Dan now. And Shiro's gonna
Oh,
be a
that blocked the
little aggressive
blues.
here.
Keep
Yep,
going. Nice.
another line of garbage. Oh, but Dan's safe. Dan's firing main now. This is gonna be a big one with a pretty significant tail.
Shiro playing for the flirt.
Shiro's gonna go for that red, but that
ruined the
destroys
reds.
this transition. Really unfortunate.
No. Did you enjoy my technique?
Really solid play from both players. That was a great set to watch. And with that, Shiro's down to losers. And we're getting winners finals, which is DDR Dan versus Rinto. So Shiro is gonna go down to losers to face loser of 28 is gonna face the winner of KZN versus Icy Soapy. And so other stuff that happened in round 3 losers, Hiku wins over Red Eagle 5-0, Anameru wins 5-3 versus Kupari. And so in progress we've got, as we said before, KZN versus Icy Soapy and Hiku versus Anameru.
So for perfect clear this Friday, I think. So yeah, I'll be there in person helping with the commentary.
Oh,
So
that's right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
Right,
don't
'cause
go to that area often, but time to drive for once.
getting started on your traveling a little bit early.
Yeah, I'll start small.
Yeah. But
Atlanta
yeah, that's-
area.
Mhm.
So things are like a couple miles away, but with the traffic, it's like 30 years away. So
I know that feeling.
Yo, I gotta jump in real quick, actually.
Yeah?
I got approached for commentary for Perfect Clear too, so you'll hear me there as well.
Oh, are you going to Georgia?
Yeah, right.
Oh
they're,
man,
yeah, they're
that would have been
getting
so
me.
cool.
They're getting me to call in, so
Okay.
yeah, I'll be there virtually like I usually am. So yeah.
There it is. We've got the commentary team. I don't know who else is on the desk, but
Neither do I.
that's a solid roster. Really, you know, I'm enjoying S2's commentary a lot right here.
oh,
And and I know Kyobi's always gonna be hype. And definitely not TOS at all. The most age appropriate commentator in all of Puyo esports.
I'm going back to the behind the curtain. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Kyobi. Love
okay,
you.
see you.
Yeah, Perfect Clear going on May 6th. Signups are still open, smash.gg/PCO3. There's a $100 prize pot in there, graciously provided by Data FGC. Free to enter, anyone can do it, anyone can play, anyone can win. Only if you're good though. And that's not it in terms of events. So there's PCO, that's our premier event. Other stuff we've got coming up after that is going to be WPL, World Puzzle League Championship in Southern California, taking place at the Esports Arena at UC Irvine, June 4th, Saturday. It's coming up real soon. A lot of good stuff going on there. There's going to be, classic Tetris, Tetris Connected, Tetrio is there, I think, too.
Nice.
On the Puyo side, we got PPT2 mixed versus featuring 32-second margin time. So, going to be a really exciting rule set to fight Puyo versus Tetris in that, as well as a swap bracket.
Chaos will be fun.
Yes, very chaotic. So that's happening. A lot of players I know are signed up to go to that. A lot of players on the Tetris side for sure, and on the Puyo side we've got West Coast crew coming through. So really excited to have these offlines happening again. And
I want to get to SoCal one day. I've been there before, but not just alone for me to actually have fun. I want to though. I'm gonna live a new life. I'll see you guys there one day.
Absolutely. WPL won't be Advent League ranking event, and so there won't be any points for that distributed. But it's still going to be a fun time regardless. For folks that don't know, the Advent League is a bit of a revival from the Advent League of days gone by. But it's going to be a point scoring format, and you play events, you get points depending on how well you do. The top finishers in the point standings, as well as the winners of premier events and qualifiers, are going to face off in one final playoff tournament to find out who is the best, who is the Advent League champion. Those playoffs are in September, I believe, and so we're still at the beginning of the season. We've got plenty of events in the works, plenty of opportunities to score points. And just like a quick glance over at the standings, we've got the top 3 in the leaderboards. In this GTR, we've got Void, Rinto, and Hiku. And I believe top 8 for this event is where you get into getting more points than just the participation point for entering this event. Really exciting stuff. Hopefully, people are able to turn out to these events and really shake things up on the leaderboards, because not everyone can make it to everything. It's understandable. Real life happens, but those are the chances that other folks have to sort of slip in and cause a commotion. We live for commotions.
So who are we watching next?
Next is gonna be Rinto versus Dan. I think in my anecdotal experience, the Hoover Dan has been the least effective versus Rinto.
Okay.
Um,
I mean,
'cause
because like I feel like sometimes Rinto would be a similar strategy, but better
right.
probably, so that it just
Well,
either equals out or
mhm,
at a disadvantage,
mhm.
maybe.
Because Dan angles for the big power chain, Rinto angles for the all clear. Both of these, um, both of these are gonna tend to resolve faster than regular chains, and so that's sort of where you get that similarity. Rinto's starting
Great
to
tailing for
leave.
Rinto. I like this.
Unfortunately, the garbage in column 6 is gonna make things a little bit risky. Is
Yeah, that felt
mostly
pretty
dug
badly
out
for
though.
Rinto.
Mostly dug out though here. Looking for purple for Rinto. Unfortunately, the pieces took a little too long to pop there.
Let's play again.
I feel like the way that very first hit landed and covered the transition just put Rinto behind by many pieces.
Yeah, that was a huge time loss trying to clean that up and deal with the split to fill up column 6 at the same time. But this time though, board's a little more even for Rinto. Able to send out a 2 to block and get right back to chaining. Really nice flexible attacks here for Rinto. I don't know if that fourth link was the play here, but Dan wasn't able to get the pieces in time to set off any retaliation. And we're seeing some pretty not aggressive builds here so far.
I wonder how Rinto wants to set that. Oh, I see that now, but
He's probably gonna go for that blue thorn in a little bit. There it is. It stalls out Dan a little bit, but still able to get a 3 out, eats a rock, and that's gonna be the round.
that was great timing there because Dan didn't have the purple come up immediately, which would have saved them.
That was a fun race.
So let's see. I want to see if these players are going to be a little more heads up about sort of their opponent's board state. Because those last few attacks by Rinto were pretty effective, like criminally effective almost.
These are all landing with really good timing.
Yeah.
Like, Dan just like doesn't really respond very well at all these last couple rounds.
It almost feels like Dan's been counting on tanking attacks to counter. But I think Dan needs to pick up the pace a little bit, because otherwise it's becoming pretty clear that Rinto's not giving him a break at all.
Yep, he just kept throwing everything out, and now there's no more space left.
So how is Dan gonna take the initiative here? Because both players are really good at just, chaining in a vacuum.
I feel like maybe some sort of like small pinpoint attack at a really vulnerable point for Rinto. Because there's ways to use small attacks to just like shift the directions the chain is allowed to go in. Yeah, that could throw off plans pretty significantly, but it takes a lot of like paying attention and creativity to figure out like how that could happen with the way Rinto builds. So I don't know. I feel like it's just something really abstract and I don't actually know how Dan will pull it off. But finer control is one way to go.
I think the other thing that makes it really difficult for Dan sometimes is because Rinto is used to looking for all clears in all sorts of ways. He's really flexible, just building you just slap 3 Puyos together and you block it off somehow. And Rinto's really fast about that. Especially when there's garbage involved as well.
So like, let's see, like this tail right yeah, well, I guess it could, oh. Okay, that was a bad situation again. But okay, well, I feel like sometimes Rinto's tails might like not really be that efficient. And so like, you have to find a way to punish like low efficiency somehow. And one way to do that, I guess in theory, is just like throwing out small attacks, because those can limit your space in subtle ways and reduce like your chain potential. So if you do that just a little bit, then that gives you like a wider margin to play in to make sure like Rinto just can't control everything.
I see. And so Rinto's been doing a really good job this round of managing the head of the chain and sort of constantly not committing to bringing the entire chain online at once.
The way Rinto's able to keep throwing these attacks out really puts Dan off balance, I feel like. So like his chain gets dirtier trying to respond to everything.
But now Rinto is out of space. Oh, but he gets the purple extend here actually. Needs a 10 to live, I believe. And gonna be a power 8 into 9. Dan needs a 7 here. But the chain ends there, only able to shave off... Oh, actually it was able to shave off all of it. With a 6. Counter attacks, or additional chains coming out for both players almost at the same time. And so that's going to be the deciding blow. And so we're we're in the top 4 now, and so we're first to 8s. So still a little bit of game to play for Dan. But we're still not really seeing Dan take control of the pace here. And at this rate, there's really nothing he'll be able to do to stop Rinto.
This might be fine. Maybe? Oh, actually that 5 kind of has a lot to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of power there.
Oh, but this managed to be a 7, so that's what Dan needed. Okay.
A little bit hasty on Rinto's part.
Did you enjoy my technique?
I mean, I feel like... Yeah, Dan won that okay, but I feel like... I guess Dan won that by like starting with like a 14 harassment. But I feel like the position Rinto was in was like... Even like maybe like a 2 or 3 would have forced that chain to go off.
I see.
So you could like make the probability safer for yourself if you can measure just how much you really need to stop. Like this lands pretty okay, and that was just a 2. So like smaller attacks like that can be pretty effective too at stopping Rinto from.
I see.
Yeah. Like that purple right now in column 2 doesn't really work. So Rinto needs to spend time fixing that.
But it's fixed!
With the red. Yeah, okay. So it all works now. That was pretty good.
Yeah, and so Dan needs another red. Finds the perfect blue-red to set off the trigger in column 3. Wow, powerful 8 into 9. Just barely beating it out, sends back 2 rocks. But this is a nice chain from Rinto. We're back down, and we've rallied down to 1 line. This is an incredible fight. Rinto commits. And that might be it. No? Still living.
Yeah, so the power increase from like 1 to 5 is exponential, so even though that had a lot of like extra pieces to it for the Rinto's 4, 5 can still match it. So you have to be careful about like trying to commit to finishers like that.
Just like that. In this sort
Did
of
you
battle
enjoy my
attrition,
technique?
Dan was able to win out. Really great exchanges that whole round. Both players looking to go for a little bit of a cheeky attack here.
Rento's transition looks like it could be, well,
But that
I guess
wasn't
the way it is now, it'll be like a counter setup, but then extending it for something long in the future, there might be a weakness there.
and so
Well,
that's
it's
sort
up
of
to thinking too. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
that's-
what were you saying?
that's the situation that both players run into, where it's just like they make their aggressive build, and it takes them a little while to figure out what to do next.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like the opposite of aggressive. So sometimes you just
Clear
like
the mind.
build like your own corner, like build yourself into your own corner a little. Oh, this loses some time for Rento. This isn't like good.
Oh, huge time loss, absolutely.
Did you enjoy my technique?
And so we saw that last sort of strategy shift take Rinto off pace. And so I wonder if Rinto can sort of get back that same sort of annoying play that he was really nailing Dan on a lot of times. This is a great dig back down.
Dan can still do that too, so
Yeah,
still
Dan's
in there.
live again. Dan's got a full chain ready.
Well, actually, this purple doesn't clear everything.
No, it does. Oh, no, you're right. My bad. Huge 3-double
Regret this.
for Rinto. If that one garbage had cleared out for Dan, that would have been absolutely brutal. Fortunately for Rinto, it didn't come to pass. Was that a misdrop? That has to have been a misdrop for Rinto. That
Oh, this
that gaining
GTR.
all one.
Well, one way to salvage your misdrops is to just attack. So, oh, but Dan's ready. This is gonna counter a lot. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I almost think. Well, Rinto didn't have
Did you enjoy my
the rest of the
technique?
chaintail ready, and so that GTR was just a little bit doomed. But misdrops happen. It's part of the game.
Yes.
And we're seeing... This time, I think Dan has a little bit of pace here, dropping a few pebbles here and there.
Oh, the full chain. Okay. So will Dan manage to send? I feel like this tail doesn't really contribute much, so... Oh, that cuts back.
Oh no, what an unfortunate cut on the blues in column 5 for Dan. Gonna lose him the round. And it was such a crazy board too, because you know most of the upper half of the board for Dan was 2 colors, and the blue came in and he's like, finally I can extend on this, but the blue
Yeah.
fell down and cut his chain.
Tailing in particular is really tough when the game is only giving you like only 2 colors. Usually you need 3 for something clean.
Mm-hmm. So Rinto's really far ahead on resources here.
And Dan... Oh, I see how this is supposed to work, but I feel like the blues could cut very easily. Like
Right.
that.
Coming
So
down the
this is not
center.
gonna work.
Yeah, the blue and 4 is really unfortunate. Or 5, rather. And that submarine
Regret this.
unfortunately sinks. Out to loser's bracket for Dan. Diving deep for that one, but he'll be back. Rinto takes it. What a match.
I felt like Dan was figuring out what to do. I think he just maybe needs like another chance. So we'll see.
Yep, and you know, double elims. He's gonna get that other chance if he can fight his way back. So KZN puts a stop to Icy's losers run 5-3 and wins over Shiro as well 5-2. Meanwhile, Hiku coming out, knocking out Void. That's unexpected looking at previous tournament results, but good for you, Hiku. I'm glad that you're getting up in these top 8s. We'll go on to face KZN, losers round 6. Gonna be a first to 5 here.
Let's begin our lesson.
Cue the music.
The winner of which will go on to face DDR Dan in losers finals. So let's see if Hiku's picked up any new tricks lately.
This transition for Hiku requires so many, like, 4 colors. So this is unsafe for a period of time. I wonder if KZN can try and get something. Like, the purples aren't all there yet.
Right, but the question is if KZN can read this.
Yeah, that
That's
too.
quadruple
Oh,
though.
whoa. I think this might have
Wow.
been too much. Oh, but Hiku didn't have the
Purples
purple.
aren't there.
If he had like put it there, it would have finished. So, but I think Hiku. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to read that big explosion either. So sometimes it
Yeah.
really catches you off guard.
That was absolutely wild. And you know, maybe KZN's loss in winner's bracket just burned off whatever bad luck he had left over. He's zoning now, maybe.
Yes.
This time Hiku's a little bit safer.
I feel like Hiku wants. Okay.
A lot of options for Hiku to, you know, attack and defend here.
These two chains are happening, but I feel like they don't like really cause much damage in terms of really sealing something off or closing off an option.
Hmm. But
Yeah,
here's
just
the
setting it all
issue.
off now, huh?
But Hiku does have a pretty hefty tail to work with. Yeah, into a 13. It's just slugging it out for both players. 13 versus 13.
Oh, but Hiku still did so much more. That's
Yeah, a whole star left over. And going back to what you're saying as to about those attacks not really doing all that much, you know, that was pretty much just Hiku chaining in a vacuum, unimpeded.
Yeah,
Just having at it.
yeah. So like when your harassments aren't really doing anything significant to change your opponent's options, like it does lead to those situations where you both end up with like a 13 chain because you didn't really actually hurt each other earlier.
Right. And I think the other thing that speaks to is just how safe Hiku's training is. That, you know, he is resilient to all of those tiny attacks, whereas, you know, in the case of Rinto versus Dan, Rinto was catching Dan really hard in comparison to what we're seeing here. And so
This is
maybe
another
what-
case where Hiku's transition requires so many colors to finish again. I wonder if this will be okay.
Yes.
I think
Oh.
with the way Western play has been developing, it's not the worst thing in the world because players are getting, what I've noticed is they're getting really good at converting those complicated transitions into pressure. And you know, when they use that pressure to attack, it also cleans up their board. And I guess in this case, Hiku wasn't as apt to make those conversions, instead opting to make those complicated transitions work. And
Yeah, I think you're right. That was probably his goal. It's just like it was a little too late or too slow that specific round.
yeah,
So
the
maybe we'll
lack
see
of
something
pressure, the lack of pressure against KZN. KZN is just like, thank you.
I feel like
I'll be
KZN's about to
about
throw
my
something down
way.
right now too, like another 2. Maybe
Mhm.
try to get the purples in there too. 4-4, I don't know.
Yes. It's right.
But again, Hiku does feel a little bit too passive right now.
Whoa! Step it up!
The
Okay,
red.
there we go.
Okay.
It's right.
I think KZN spent a while trying to figure out how to extend, but the double reds at the top of column 4 really left him with no space. Fortunately, he's got a huge tail to make up for.
Also, Hiku's chain looks like it just had a lot of problems. Like, yeah, Hiku did successfully force KZN to like set that all off, but it came at a cost of his chain being pretty messy.
Mhm.
So I don't think he really saw a path to like get that fixed.
Yeah, and the unfortunate part of all of this is that we're in the first to 5 here. This isn't top 4 yet, and so, you know, this isn't the time to be experimenting or like figuring stuff out. You gotta go now. And Hiku's pretty much locked into the main chain at this point. Those boosts
Oh.
are gonna make it hard to extend. Gets a yellow extend though.
So KZN getting kind of greedy there. I feel like it would have been safer just to clear the yellows away.
Try not to fall in love, okay?
In
Well, I
my
mean, I guess he
opinion-
wanted like an extension to work somehow.
In my opinion, that's just classic KZN play.
Yes.
He really loves playing around at the top of the board looking for those last links. And of course, doesn't always work out. And it's funny to see sometimes.
I'm not sure what Hiku's plan is here. And it seems like the efficiency is slightly lower than what... Actually, what? How does KZN start? I guess with the reds.
Yeah, both players are kind of stuck, and so it's okay. Hiku has a good diffuse. Actually, no, that was the main chain. Unfortunately, it lost a tail here, powering it up instead. Huge power on 7 and double on 8 for KZN. Gonna take it to set point.
Our lesson is now
Tournament
complete.
life for Hiku on the line. Speed is important for both players, but for Hiku especially, you really gotta make sure that you're making safe builds.
Yes. It's right.
Chain readiness is gonna be the name of the game here.
Yeah, I feel like a recurring pattern I see is just that KZN's attacks usually always come out first, much sooner.
Oops.
I mean, good attacks here from Hiku, but
Oh,
now
yeah.
that KZN dug,
Be ready, Generosa.
a lot of purples need to come up soon.
Just one purple, actually, or 2 purples, and doesn't come in time.
Our lesson is now concluded.
And with that, KZN moves on to face DDR Dan in losers finals. Hiku unfortunately gets sent packing, but that was an impressive showing. I think that's probably some of the best play that I've seen from Hiku on stream, at least, in a little while. His collision run was pretty good as well, making it to grand finals there. But you'll get him next time, I believe. Still in the points, all of top 8 is Void, Rinto, DDR Dan, Shiro, KZN, and Hiku. All getting some Advent League points. Or actually, and not pictured here is Icy Soapy and Anameru. They're picking up some points as well. Good stuff, good stuff. But we are jumping in to losers finals here, back to first to 8. Hopefully, the pacing by which KZN won over Hiku isn't gonna get him too comfy versus Dan, who plays a completely different style.
I feel like maybe KZN's advantage is just that the timing, like inside their style of play,
I am the
was just like
usurper.
not a good matchup for the way Hiku like when he prefers to like try building an attack. So yeah, so like basically Hiku struggled with the early attacks, but like when it comes to Dan, I feel like Dan might play at a similar play like pace. So that if you're just like doing the same thing, that doesn't give you an advantage. So we'll see.
Here it is, losers finals. Will Dan get the run back versus Rinto, or will it be KZN moving on to grand finals, making an epic losers run all the way from round 2 or round 3? Either of those matchups are going to be fantastic.
Clear the mind.
Main chain here,
Oh,
and
a lot of
unfortunately
purples.
eats up his
Oh.
tail.
Nice. I like the way KZN set that off, but there needed to be one more purple there.
Oh, no purples in 3. You're right.
Did you enjoy my technique?
But yeah, the beginning of that round felt like how I thought it might go. It's just that Dan can also play the same game where he starts attacking pretty early. So yeah, another strategy needs to come up for KZN.
That was a great cleanup in the transition for KZN, dropping a line and a half.
And this is pretty bad for Dan too, right? I think this doesn't, that kind of locks off how he can tail too.
Right.
So,
and so KZN could have easily predicted that, you know, a small chain was coming out just because Dan had no space left. This is a bit of a risky extension though. Very few greens in the queue when KZN committed to that extension. But
wait,
he
I
really
think this can happen. Well, wait, no, I can't. Oh,
no.
God.
KZN, where's
Did you
your
enjoy my technique?
39% extra luck? That was easily KZN's round, I think. But if he can just recognize when he's just in like a very powerful position versus his opponent, I think that's what would make the difference for him. 3 versus 3.
KZN's pace feels a little bit slower than what's
Yeah.
needed to fight against Dan well.
Certainly
Did you
Dan's
enjoy my
piece
technique?
efficiency allows him to send attacks a lot faster.
I mean, I
And-
think I noticed what was happening there. I think KZN was hesitating a little, trying to figure out how to do the tail well, but then Dan was focusing all that energy within that time period into like building that big 3-chain harassment. So that wasn't a good time to be focusing on like a tail that wasn't meant to like fight back with. Oh, but this is landing at a great time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, you know, that attack was coming off the back of Dan dismantling his Hoover Dan. He wasn't quite ready to commit to the big attack, and so he was like, okay, well, maybe I should give myself a little more space. In that time, though, you know, kind of got caught with his pants down. And the extra damage coming in from KZN really threw a wrench into his plans. Might be seeing a little bit of a rush from KZN, possibly.
I think he wants to fight with those yellow, blue, purples. I guess. Maybe you can follow up after this one.
Well, he gets a yellow
Even if
star.
Dan, yeah, even if Dan fights this off, he needs to worry about the next attack. Oh, this is the full chain.
Snap. Take over. Domination.
Dan has so much space, and that's really good PSRNG to get an extension there. And yeah, that's just a purple and a green left over on Dan's tail.
Clear the mind.
Really efficient play.
Away. I failed to seize. Did you enjoy my technique?
So far, KZN doesn't seem to be adapting super well to this matchup.
I feel like the way to make progress against Dan is to make sure like you try to get some precise attacks that close off some of his like common ways of like tailing or extending.
Here I go.
Trying to
Dan's
find where
kind
that
of
can
vulnerable
happen.
here.
Yeah,
Forced to set this off. Needs a
that kind of
yellow and
position.
green, though.
yeah.
Finds
But,
it
like
in the
that kind
blue.
oh, sorry, you can go.
Oh no!
Resign yourself.
Oh what?
He fixed it!
No, yo, what?
That was a genius!
Amazing.
All 3 red!
Domination.
That was a great way for that all GTR to just fix itself. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Regret this. I shall see.
What a roller coaster of emotions. First all clear start of this set.
Oh yeah. Now it's
Can they find
cursed.
another?
Okay.
Here I go. Resign yourself. Hi. Snap.
Almost a second,
Take
but
over. Domination.
pretty slick 6 chain for KZN. Power 4 into 5. Still a game on our hands for Dan.
Resign yourself.
And nice counter setup, able to counter immediately for Dan.
Here I go. Resign yourself. Revelation away.
And now
Okay, it's
both
about
players-
equal now.
Yeah. Dead even. KZN has a good big setup though. Needs a red. It's not coming. He needs to split too. I wonder if just popping the greens in column 6 would have been faster. And looking to set up another powerful chain. Here it comes.
Good
Back
timing of
double.
this. There was a lot of difficulty there with that. I guess that was supposed to become a GTR. So good punish there on like a
And
weak
a
opener.
nice follow up.
Here I go.
KZN does dig down quite a bit though here.
Here I go.
If Dan doesn't wrap this up soon, which he's gonna try for now, KZN might have reached down to the purples.
Resign away. I failed to seize. Did you enjoy my technique?
Dan closing in on this loser's final here is like, get out of the way. I want to play Rindo.
Here I go.
We do want to see a few more wins from KZN though. That would be pretty rad. Come on, KZN.
Let's you double. Okay. Oh, 3.
Here I go. Resign
Oh,
yourself.
is this?
Hi.
This
Wow,
was actually
nice counter.
surprisingly
Take over.
large counter, yeah. Easy extend too.
Gotta go
Needs a
fast now
red, though.
though.
Gets
Here I go.
okay.
Resign yourself. Hi.
KZN could almost broke his chain in a horrible manner,
Disorder.
but he figured it out in the end.
Away.
That got pretty close.
Yeah, very close.
Failed to seize. Did you enjoy my technique?
Match point for Dan, 7-2. Just has to keep playing solid, but gonna get another fat Hellfire.
Yeah. Given this lead, Dan's making some pretty good decisions here to just go for all the risks. It's just do the his special move.
He's got rounds to burn anyways, so may as well.
Failed to seize.
GG's to both
Did you
players.
enjoy my technique?
KZN in 3rd place. Amazing losers run. all the way up to losers finals. And we're gonna get the run back. Rebel 2 of Rinto versus DDR, Dan. So, I think Dan's warmed up now. I think he's figured it out. He's back, and he's pissed. And, you know, hopefully Rinto's not too far cooled off. That sort of thing can happen whenever you have a break. Could be anyone's game here. Either we get a bracket reset, or Rinto just takes the dub and the gold. Let's get some Let's Go Billies in chat. I see y'all. But man, we need a good copy pasta for DDR Dan. I think that's something that's sorely lacking in this market. If any copy pasta chefs have some free time, I bet Dan would just absolutely adore a healthy plate of pasta. So S2, what's the win con here? What's the win condition for either
Win
of these two guys?
condition?
Yeah.
Mm,
What's gonna take it over the other?
if Dan can find ways to, if he can make sure to take the rounds where Ritsu's chain isn't that efficient, I think that could give him an edge. Oh, are you about to have like a party? It's like, here we go.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that didn't go so well for Dan.
I need a tall build here to dig down for Dan, but it's a pretty easy extending. Fire's main here, interesting decision.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh, I guess the yellow cut anyways, so
Did you enjoy my technique?
maybe Ritsu just didn't feel like that was gonna be good enough.
Okay, still early, still early. Worst case, you know, Rinto's still got another set left to go. That was a really close reaction for Rinto there. Only able to shave off part of that attack, so now playing from the back. Fortunately, Dan's attacking speed is just too high.
Did you enjoy my technique?
I think this is just pure speculation, but I feel like Dan's comparative advantage really shines when you know, he's expecting like a counter rush. The main deterrent so far, I think, is when he sees that you've got like a sizable chain coming up pretty quickly, right? And then that in turn is gonna slow down his own build to try and clean up his short chain to make space for something larger. And so like the last few rounds where Rinto was kind of struggling to keep up with Dan's damage was due to the fact that he was also building kind of tall on the side.
Did you enjoy my technique?
These rounds didn't really end in a really cool way. So I hope Ritsu's like,
These are
These
silly
okay.
rounds for
they're
sure.
silly, yeah. Is this a harassment? There we go.
Yes, sir. But
That felt
very
pretty
beautiful.
badly.
Yeah.
I mean, that can be dug, but it will take some time. Oh, okay, just need a yellow.
Dan's hesitating. Dan's hesitating.
Yeah, so like Dan got an advantage there, sort of, but like Rinto's still gonna try digging, and it'll probably work. So it's not as big of an advantage as he's really getting.
Right, and Dan had that big hole in column 1, which slowed things down a bit and wasn't able to attack as easily. Rinto
I
fires
think
straight
Rinto
away.
definitely saw that coming, so he just
All clear.
set it
Let's
off.
go. And that triple, that triple shaved off 2 rocks. Insane.
I feel like rush uppers become a lot less effective once your opponent becomes really good at seeing them coming, so like it won't like keep working, even though Dan keeps trying it. So,
Oh,
like
no.
I wonder if this is a turning point where he'll try something different, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I do want to see how this shapes out.
That was a fun race.
But at the same time, you know, if you feel confident in your scrambling skills, you know, when you're in those scrapping situations just going back and forth, forcing your opponent to cancel out your damage with a shorter chain of their own might not be the worst strategy. And, you know, I certainly enjoy watching it, so I won't complain. Oh, this could be a dangerous attack here. Dug out, though.
Oh, actually that kept going too. Wow, nice.
Oh, okay, that's the main chain. Dan had the perfect piece to set that all off. And, you know, just as a bonus, Rinto's down a
Did you
link
enjoy my
from that
technique?
harassment.
So yeah, it looks like Dan switches forms to play to like his other strengths instead now, instead of trying to like make that rush opener work.
There's a moment in there where Dan was primed to send out a harassment, but that was a really nice conversion to fix the tail there, or fix the transition there, and set off main.
But yeah, I think Dan's really focusing on the piece
you
efficiency
enjoy
now,
my technique?
and that's giving him an edge because like I guess in that round Rinso did try an attack, but when the rest of your chain doesn't have like a stable way to like catch up again or something, then like yeah, Dan could just set off his
There's no all clear. Unfortunate. That would have been sick. Easy counter for Dan here. Rinto's ready though. He brings him all the way back up to the blues to attack. Gets the green extension off the side. Meanwhile, Dan makes the decision to send main. And it's a pretty sizable chain. Unfortunately, versus a 6, that's not gonna help him survive. Dan's out of resources here. There's nowhere he can dig to. He's just gotta make sure to sting Billy where it hurts. And of course, he has all the time in the world. Billy has all the time in the world to recover. And so, I'm wondering if Rinto's build now is gonna slow him down at all. Because Dan's just gunning it for a main chain. And only a 3.
here.
Yeah, but with this sort of irregular build on Rinto's board, that one line might do a lot more damage than it normally would.
Really wanted the yellow extension there.
Yeah,
Did you enjoy my
couldn't find the
technique?
pieces in time, unfortunately. And
Yeah, Rinso needs a way to like stop Dan. So this is on the right track a bit. Although I think okay, these harassments, yeah, they're not really landing at a very vulnerable moment for Dan. So I think overall, Rinso didn't make much progress in stopping Dan.
But at the same time, what could Rinto have done? Because, you know, if he hadn't even tried, then Dan is just waiting for free, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just comes down to sometimes you can wait a little bit and wait for them to like queue up a different
Did you
piece,
enjoy
maybe.
my technique?
Mm-hmm.
That's a possibility too. There's different ways it could have played out. Oh, match point though.
Oh yeah,
Here we go.
we're gonna get the reset possibly. And you know, that might be when we see Rinto turn up.
This looks like a
Entirely
double
possible.
from Dan. Is it coming? Okay.
Here it comes.
Okay.
Rock punch.
Pretty fast reaction from Rinso to just set off the full chain, which I think will work this round because Dan's having some trouble getting that.
Nope, but he's fixed it. He fixed it, but he needed the next piece. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I think if Dan had committed to making the column 2 alternating transition for the GTR earlier, then that might have eked out a little the last piece there and saved him the round. But good. Rinto's fighting. We love to see it. Nice triple on the 6. Meanwhile, Rinto doesn't have it, and we're gonna go to a second set.
Did you enjoy my technique?
Exciting stuff.
Hey. Here we go.
Rinto's just really got to buckle down and play honest to go up against what amounts to just Dan going really fast and really safe. And I like what Dan did here.
Oh, this one's landing pretty well. These are the kinds of things that Rinso needs to start doing.
Yeah.
Hitting at a more vulnerable point.
So Dan pivoted away from the power chain early on, and maybe that was what ended up sort of slowing him down in the end. Is this an all clear? No, almost.
Splitting there was kind of bad. Although I'm not sure about the chances of that working either with the red greens coming up. I don't know.
Dan's got to finish real soon. But he just keeps on extending. And this actually buys Rinto quite a bit of time.
This will take pretty well on Dan's side. Maybe getting a little greedy, so I don't think Rinso had that much space to keep fighting anyways.
That's what I'm thinking, is that this is kind of greedy for Dan, but he finally gets it off in the end. I really don't think it needed to take that long. But who knows? That might just be the nail in Dan's coffin in later rounds. Who knows? If Rinto's able to exploit that, then we're gonna have a great match on our hands.
Clear the mind.
And that was a nice attack from Rinto, but unfortunately, it kind of pigeonholes him into consecutive like power chains and doesn't have much room to extend.
Yeah. Like usually you want
you
at least
enjoy
the
my
option of
technique?
making a long chain as your backup plan, but I mean basically that attack kind of just provoked Dan to set off his already more efficient chain to just start. So in those situations you've already lost time, like well your chances of catching up again since Dan's just like already prepared.
That was a pretty nice poke there.
Yeah, that landed really well and closed off everything precisely. That was cool.
Spin attack. Homing attack. Boost. Blue tornado. That was a fun race.
Signs of life from Rinto here.
I mean, like now that Dan pivoted back to doing like these chains that are focusing more on like links, that brings back like the typical Regis's just like I don't know, turn around maybe getting hit when you're not finished with your tail, so then you can't like extend there anymore. There's points Rinto has been hitting pretty successfully.
Clear the mind.
Yeah, I'm seeing now how even just a line and a half of garbage can really just eat into your tailing potential. And Rinto's actually gonna squeak out of this one alive.
Regret this.
That was a fun race.
Yeah, I get the feeling Rinto's finding ways to just like pressure Dan better, so this could have a different outcome. We'll see. Dan trying the thing again? Okay, here we go.
I think I've heard this from Dan himself regarding which direction he builds GTR. My understanding is that a lot of his opener decision is just purely based on the bag he gets. Wow, how many is that? 4?
Wow.
A quadruple into a triple. But that's plenty of time for Rinto to set his chain off.
I think the tail didn't work how Rinto expected it to.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate, but
Let's play again.
Did you enjoy my technique?
the amount of power in Links 5 and 6 for Dan was honestly just disgusting. Like, I need to take a bath after that one.
Oh, setting it off? Okay.
Yeah, Rinto was looking a little bit weak on that build there. And he actually...
I mean, I feel like maybe Dan tried that too early. If he had took that off, if he had waited a bit for Rinto to start having to be at the point where the transition needs to be made, then an attack there, it would just have better probability for it.
Right, because his pieces were kind of all over the place. It's not super straightforward to build off of that. And avoids the attack here.
Okay, good
Nice
double.
conversion. Cleans up the right side of his board a little bit. This is super aggressive.
Yeah. Good way of going for the finish, since the first attack landed really well and closed off everything.
My technique?
Uh-oh, Rinto going for an all clear? Almost. Decides it's not happening. Still gets a nice, pretty solid transition here. But that being said, it's about due for some pressure from Dan. unfortunately kind of left Rinto unsupervised for a little too long. He's just gonna set off his main chain here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if Dan really built cleanly enough to beat this time. I mean, maybe. Although with this extra power in those last lanes, been cutting it really close.
Yeah. It's gonna be close.
Well, actually, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
the power at the end was, yeah, that was kind of unfortunate. It didn't let him extend the tail at all. But yeah, you do not want to leave Rinto alone. You gotta keep him awake, keep him, you know.
Yeah, so like
Keep him
generally
checking.
sometimes Rinso Chain isn't the most efficient, but like if you give anyone time, you can always hit like 11 plus. And that's when things get really risky with like the multipliers, and like you won't really be confident you can like safely beat it, no matter how like well your current chain is. See that
That's nice.
definitely Dan has to do something. Oh, okay, here we go.
Watch out, mean. Kind of difficult extension for Dan here. Waiting for a lot of yellows.
Too many yellows came at that point. This isn't gonna work out well.
Yeah.
Regret this.
That was a fun race.
Man, Rinto's showing up. It's 4-6 right now. We're getting to the end of the set here.
Yeah, like Dan, I feel like he was on the right track in the last set, but the Rinta adapted. And so like, I guess the weaknesses with like efficiency that are being punished before aren't really happening the same way this set.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to see how this gets
Clear
fixed.
the mind.
This looks
Yeah.
really... green? Okay. Oh, nice!
Oh. Really interesting.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess there's still like a couple more things that need to be there, but
Ah, yeah.
it was looking cool.
Let's play again.
Did you enjoy my technique?
It's one of those chains where you just feel secondhand coolness. Careful for Dan. Completely
Yeah.
sealed off.
That split there really lost valuable time, but I don't see any other way it could have gone, so that's just a little bit unlucky there.
Right.
No. Let's play again.
Did you enjoy my technique?
I mean, I guess the best you could do is just like not go for openers where you feel like you're gonna have to split a lot. If you know Dan's gonna go for one of these, like Hellfire openers, basically. I guess Dan has to fix that yellow somehow, and that's there now. Okay. Although, I guess if you attack Dan here, and stop the tail from working well. Okay. But Ritsu has a lot to catch up to now.
Right, and it's not super clear. It's kind of fragile to extend here.
No. Let's play again.
Did you enjoy my technique?
And on tournament point here. With an all clear to start. That's how you know it's a tournament point.
Oh.
So now Dan has to set up the response here. He's stacked all the way up to the blues.
Here we go.
This is gonna be a good
Perfect start.
counter.
Yep.
Oh.
The yellows are just a row
Let's
off.
play again.
Did you
That's
enjoy
rough.
my technique?
That is so rough, but Dan is the winner. GTR number 8, taking home all, well, I mean, the most the most Advent League points, not all of them. And runner up we got Rinto Puyo. Who took out so many people. It was just unbroken run through winners. KZN in third here, followed up by Hiku, Shiro, and Void, for once not in the top 3. And Anameru and I see Soapy are going to be your top 8. Congrats to everyone. That was a lot of fun to watch, and thank you S2 for commentating with me. Really appreciate your game knowledge and insight.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. This was really fun.
Yeah,
Hope to do it again sometime.
absolutely.
It's really great to see what these players are doing, like how they're evolving and trying out different strategies.
Mhm.
It is how like you learn to adapt to an opponent throughout a tournament too. So it's great to see that happen, going back and forth with Rinso and Dan. That was exciting.
Yeah. And, you know, you've been around the scene long enough to sort of see how these strategies and metagames are unfolding. I guess, like, going forward, who do you think... Okay, the question is, who do you think is going to, like, be the dark horse, necessarily? Like, what sort of player do you think what would it take to break in to this sort of metagame that we've seen, at least in this tournament? That's kind of a weird question. Let me
I don't know.
rephrase.
Well, I'm trying to think about this, but I do feel like someone with like very scary garbage chaining skills could really throw current players off. Because I guess like a lot of times the weaknesses come from like maybe like you hit with like some garbage and then like your ability to tail gets cut off. But I've seen some players who are able to be like really good like with garbage there. They still like calculate the height difference anyways, and then like it still like adds more links on. So like that's when it becomes really hard to estimate whether you like how much of an advantage you actually have or not against certain people. Someone capable of that would really throw off the Western scene, maybe.
Yeah, I can
But I'm not
definitely
sure
see that.
who that would be yet. I need to see more people.
I think we might see those players pop up sooner than you think, because, you know, PVT is versus Tetris is kind of on the come up a little bit. And in the PVT matchup, garbage management is just super important. You got to be able to count those lines of garbage, because they're coming at you rapid fire. Keep spin back to packs and whatnot. And so I think players are gradually developing that skill set that you're talking about, and, you know, combine that with just the ability to make these fast attacks at will and understand, you know, when builds are safe, resilient to garbage, etc. That's gonna be pretty scary stuff coming up. Speaking of Puyo versus Tetris, there's a little thing going on June 4th. You might have heard of it, called WPL SoCal Championships. We've got all sorts of Tetris and Puyo going on at this event. Classic Tetris, Tetris Effect Connected, Tetrio, and on the PPT side, we got PPT2 Mixed Versus featuring 32-second margin time, as well as a swap bracket. So that's happening. You see Irvine Esports Arena, Saturday, June 4th. I believe you can stay up to date with all of this on Mr. Beast and Shen's Twitter. There will be info about that somewhere for signups. And yeah, that's happening real soon, but not before Perfect Clear Online, which is happening this weekend on Friday, May 6th. You're gonna be able to enjoy my friend S2's expert commentary here again.
Thanks. And Kyobi will be there too.
Yes, and Kyobi. That's gonna be a fun time for sure. Our first Advent League Premier event, the winner will take home a spot in the Advent League playoffs, as well as a hefty chunk of $100 prize pool. Check out Perfect Clear on Twitter, Clear Perfect for Twitter, and if you are participating or interested in participating in the tournament, join their Discord. That's where they're running the brackets and organization stuff. discord.gg/JeffEH8. Also, make sure to actually sign up for the bracket on smash.gg. That's going to be smash.gg/PCO3. That's going to take you to the signups. Signups for both PCO3 and WPL are free. Well, assuming you can make it out to Irvine for WPL. So, really hope to see a lot of folks join all of those brackets. No matter your skill level, it's going to be a fun time. Get a little taste of your competition, competitive needs in either of these events, and for Perfect Clear, also get a little taste of Advent League ranking points. Those things add up. You just got to come out to these events, and you know, you can't get anywhere if you don't take the first step. So that's it for our competitions coming up in, you know, the next few weeks. But in the meantime, you can practice your Puyo skills by coming out to Kyobi's weekly reviews, well, quote-unquote weekly review streams. We got all your good match reviews going on. You can follow Kyobi on Twitter as well as on Twitch if you haven't already. You're here already, click that follow button. You can also join his Discord, which links somewhere in there. If you would like to have your match reviewed for the Puyo Weekly Reviewed, have a lot of smart folks in the stream break down, you know, your strategies, your builds, and you know, work with you to figure out how you can, you know, one day take the GTR dub. Cool. Once again, thanks everyone for hanging out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really love this. This was great. I'm looking forward to seeing these same guys fight again, and maybe some new people too. So
I'm so glad the turnout for these GTRs has been consistently this high. And with so many like really high level players as well. And you know, also really encouraging to see our other regulars as well coming back week after week to play with us and hang out and improve. And from what I've seen, you know, all the folks that have been coming out to GTR have really improved a lot. And so, you know, if you're not in here, could be you getting good. But don't take my word for it.
I mean, I hope people come in and shake things up. I mean, every player has their own strengths and weaknesses. So you never know. You might find the answer to something, to someone, and really climb up.
Right.
So, yeah, really cause some chaos.
Yeah.
Please. I'd love to see that. Thank you.
Yeah, you really don't know what you're capable of until you try. And so GTR is probably, you know, really great place to start for just about anyone. And barring that, you've got the other regular event that I know about is going to be English Puyo Community monthly tournament, which, you know, if you're a little newer, they do have a beginner bracket for that. So you won't get immediately drowned 0-2 in that. It's also Swiss bracket, by the way, so you're guaranteed to play several matches, whether or not you win or lose. So
Yeah, you get to have some good practice for the whole weekend. Those usually happen on the last Saturday of each month, is what we're scheduling for now.
and
Yeah.
also those are also Advent ranking events, so definitely do want to participate in those as often as you can.
Good way to get practice in. I kind of just give money to people for playing. You get entered into a raffle just for participating. Cause I don't know, I just like seeing people play, and people deserve money. That's
They
That's-
really do,
yeah.
especially your TOs. Pay your TOs, my goodness, they do so much hard work. And you know, if the competitive thing is like, maybe you're not feeling super ready for that, also join all the different discords. We got PuyoTet World, Rising Puyo, English Puyo community. All three of those places, there's going to be a matchmaking channel. You can find matches pretty much any time of day. We got players living across all different time zones, willing to play and talk Puyo.
All right. Can't think of anything else right now. I think that covers it, right? Are we
Yeah, I
good?
think
Okay.
that's about it. Got all our shout outs. Yeah. I'm wondering, do we have anybody to raid today? Sounds like we do, so
Actually, yeah. Let me get out of the curtain. Yeah, we do. We got a raid.
okay.
We got a unsuspecting channel locked on here.
We love the unsuspecting ones.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get ready for that. Send them love, because you know how it is. Puyo community's not dead. We're all here. Game's still alive and kicking. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
All right. See you.
Bye.
Take care, everybody. Stay awesome, all right?